as a provider of reusable beverage crates. We have been supplying reusable packaging to our customers for almost 50 years. Reusable beverage crates are actually one of the oldest examples of a circular economy, of a truly closed-loop system, reducing tons of one-way packaging waste. So as you see in the graphic, based on one crate, only one crate with loose bottles, and this based on 100 return trips, we can replace 400 virgin cardboard six-pack and 2,400 one-way bottles. In the beverage industry in certain countries, they are the most profitable and preferred packaging throughout the supply chain. So it always goes hand in hand with DRS, deposit return schemes, and the system has been implemented very well. We do see that 4 and 6 pack remain very popular. One-way packaging for drinks are convenient for retail because they are easy to handle and they are self-ready. For consumers, they are easy to carry and easy to store, but as has been said today, they come with certain disadvantages. They generate tons of waste. Once opened, there is no carrier to return the bottles to the store. And it's also not always clear for consumers that the glass bottles must return to the store. A lot of reusable bottles end up in the waste bin at the end. And then, as Karin already said, cardboard sleeves are always made from virgin material. This is because the packaging has to be very strong to carry the weight of the bottles with the contents, and it needs a lot of trees. As an example, what we can do with reusable packaging in the beverage industry. Last week, there was an article in the magazine The Times in Belgium about Brouwerij Martens, which is actually after AB InBev, the second largest brewery in Belgium. And on a yearly base, they produce 1.2 million drinks. So this is really a huge amount. It's only the second largest brewery. So if we would switch to more reusable packaging, it is a large amount of one-way packaging that we can reduce. So we have not been sitting still. As I said, we are constantly innovating to meet this demand. So we offer innovative reusable alternatives for 4 and 6 pack that keep the same convenience of existing one-way packaging for brewers, retailers, and end consumers. This with the extra benefit that our packaging provides a carrier to return the bottles, and also there is lower costs driven by significantly lower material costs. So first of all, I would like to present our Philby, which is a reusable 6-pack. It is the first reusable pack on the market that fits in beverage crates, which is why it is very easy to implement it because the return system already exists, the washing installations exists, so it can be used together with a crate, or it can be stacked on a pallet or on a tray. The packaging is very easy to carry, easy to store, and easy to return to the shop. Some advantages of Philby. So as I mentioned, it is shelf-ready packaging, so very easy in retail. It's fully brandable, so it can be made in any color, fully brandable with IML labels. And here I would like to mention that IML labels are made out of the same material as the packaging. So this makes it a single polymer, which makes it easy to recycle at the end of its useful long life. So they fit per 4 pieces into a crate, and they can also be stacked in on a pallet. So because they are designed in a special way that it also avoids CO2 loss because it doesn't rest on the caps. Then our latest innovation is actually the Philby Hybrid. So as mentioned before, the ideal solution would be a uniform packaging, same size for all the brands, but this cannot happen overnight. And we also know that marketing is very attached to its branded shape of bottle. So that's why we innovated our Philby Hybrid, which is actually a reusable 6-pack that fits all types of reusable glass bottles. So by this I mean a Steiny, a swing top, an apple, a long net, etc. It is a standardized secondary packaging solution, allowing brands to keep the bespoke marketing bottle. It is fully brandable with replaceable labels. Here again, the labels are made out of the same material. They are also shelf ready. It keeps the branding advantages of the conventional cardboard packaging without generating all the packaging waste. And the packaging has the possibility to develop a standard crate or a tray for logistics. So here you see how it works. It has inserts at the side, and the labels just are placed behind the packaging. Then a next innovation we did is our bottle bee. So you all know the conventional bottle bridges. Also, these are very popular because of the shopping convenience. A reusable bottle bridge can be used both with full bottles as well as empty bottles because it holds the bottles at the neck of the bottle. They are stackable and also the packaging is fully brandable. So here you see how it works. You see that the packaging holds the bottle at the mouth, so it can hold both full and empty bottles. And yeah, the bottles can very easily be taken out of the packaging and also very easily put back into the packaging. Then last but not least, there is a lot happening about e-commerce, and that's why we developed a special sealable lid that can make any crate suitable for e-commerce logistics, keeping all the logistic advantages of crates. So we know that crates protect the bottles and it's only an investment in a lid. So the investment is minimal to use this type of packaging for e-commerce. It's ideal because it's sealable and therefore it can be left at the doorstep of consumers to prevent that someone would take a bottle out of it. And yeah, it also has the possibility for direct access to an online shop, which increases customer loyalty and enhances sales. Okay, so this in a nutshell about our reusable packaging. Do you have any questions? Of course, there is always the possibility if you are interested in one of these packaging to just contact our sales department directly, and they will be more than happy to help you with this. Let me quickly just have a look also in the chat box, because you can always ask your question here. Okay, I have a question here from Eileen. How did beverage producers respond to this packaging? So I have to say that when we did the first press release about this packaging, we had a lot of interest. So it was picked up by a lot of professional magazines. We were contacted by a lot of big players. Everybody thinks it is an ideal solution, but to be honest, everybody is looking at each other. So we have a few projects at the moment. For example, there is a company that delivers, it is comparable to food delivery, but then delivery for drinks. As you can see here, cheers to you. It is called, they are already using it. We have a project in Luxembourg. So a couple of projects and a lot of players are thinking about it, but yeah, it is very recent at this innovation, so we do expect more orders soon in the future. Any other questions?
No, thank you, Tinne. I just want to add, obviously, we can design whatever solution that breweries might think of. Obviously, we pitch some good ideas on innovation just to see, okay, how can we make the experience for customers better and increase the return rate for our customers. But obviously, these are just a few examples. We can do much more than just the standard solutions.
Maybe I have a question from my side. So Gauthier speaking. I'm working for Suntory. There is plenty of working groups today in several countries starting to think about how to standardize the dimension of glass bottle, having the same design, etc. So I'm seeing that you are developing a new packaging solution. How are you implicated in those working groups to develop some solution that fit with maybe the future standard? And is there any European central organization to gather all those feedbacks and be sure that alcohol or soft industries are making the same assumption on what will be the future standards?
Yeah, more than happy to take this question, Tina. No, there is no general group that's working on that in the EU, which is a pity. Basically, obviously we talked about today about bottles, about packaging, secondary packaging, primary packaging, but nevertheless, everything will work back to the size of a pallet because that's where the trucks are made for. So basically, the bottles that you see within this presentation, they're pretty much standard, and they do cover like 80% of Europe, although there are some differences within some countries. The size of the beverage is large enough to have a few standards. You do not have to go back to one standard. Everyone knows a 1 liter bottle, a 2 liter bottle, 75, 50 centiliters. So if it works back to the size of a pallet, I'm sure we have solutions for it. It does not need to be one size fits all. They can be several standards living next to each other as they do today.
Okay, thank you.
I can see that there is someone typing something in the chat box, so let's wait a second. Paul, I think you're on mute.
I just saw the remark of GDB. Of course, they do have in Germany a standard that they are implementing, and not implementing. They have it for many years. We provided many cases crates for them. So yes, there are initiatives country by country, but also between the different bottlers and producers to work on standards.
And maybe a second question, with the new AGEC law in Europe, so everyone will have to bring a certain percentage of returnable on the market, meaning that the volume should grow in the years to come. Is there any, I don't know, project to have a more returnable company in several countries? I have in mind for France that it is less developed than for Belgium. So is there any project on the paper?
Yeah, there are a few companies that are launching in France returnable packaging. More than happy to contact or to bring them into to contact with you. But yeah, there is no general approach to it. But the returnable market also in France is growing. We have many customers in France, but there are also companies that are promoting the returnable packaging. Then I forgot the name now about the one that we sent some crates to. I forgot. No, I will send you an email with the details.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, so then I think we can close the meeting. Thank you all very much for your attention. And if you have any other questions, feel free to contact one of the speakers or us later. So thank you. And okay, sorry, I see there is another question coming. No. Okay, feel free to contact us with any questions afterwards. And thank you all for joining, and have a nice evening.
Thank you. I definitely want to thank the presenters for this webinar. Many thanks. It was great. Thank you.
You're welcome. All the best, everybody. Let's go
All
for
the
the circular
best.
economy.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Gary.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Sarah. Bye.
Bye.